Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be doing tags that we can use as ornaments as well. I figured since it's that time of the year where everybody's giving gifts, why not make some tags that can be converted over to gifts. So the first thing I did was I took my white Primo clay, I rolled it out to my middle section on my pasta machine, and then I cut out some transfer papers. So I kind of did that ahead of time so you don't have to watch me cut anything out. And I have these ones, which is wonderful because my tags line up perfectly with them. So what you want to do is take a transfer paper and face it upside down. And then you're just going to rub it right on there. You want to make sure it has a nice contact with no bubbles underneath. Keep them slightly separated, not too much, because truthfully, the tags match up real nice, so you're not going to really miss anything. Okay, so my cardinals are on, or my little birds. These ones are not the cardinals, so my little birds are on. And then I'm going to take my snowmen. So I have the same thing with this clay rolled out to the middle section of my pasta machine. And these ones, I'm going to lay out, but you want to make sure that you're leaving yourself enough room between the top and the bottom for the snowman, okay? Let me get rid of this clay. That's extra. And then I'm going to let these sit for a couple minutes just to really kind of go right into the clay. You want that ink to start to absorb a little bit before you get it wet. While this sits for a couple minutes, I'm going to take my gold clay, and this is Primo as well, and I'm going to roll this out to my middle section as well. All right, so I have some of that rolled out. And I don't need this very wide, so I'm actually going to trim this up, and then I'll re-roll this so I have some extra. And I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did with the gold to my bronzy rose gold color. All right, so grab your water and then start spraying your paper. I like to let my paper kind of sit there for a few minutes with the water on it. All right, so this has been sitting for a few minutes. So next you want to kind of just rub your finger and see if that paper comes off. And you can see how easy that's coming off. So I know it's ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take my blade here, and I'm going to take it and very carefully just run it across and take off that extra paper. You'll see how easy that comes off. Get it a little bit more wet if you have to. Rub your hands across very lightly, and you'll see all that little extra paper comes right off. Very, very easy and simple. If you're wondering where I got the papers from, I'll list everything. So my rollers, my papers, everything is going to be listed in my description area with a discount code from the lady that I got everything from. Take a little wipey and just very gently wipe over it to get any excess water off of there. You can see how beautiful these papers are and how nice they come out. I love these. I'm going to do the same thing with my snowman. Easily comes off. See? Look how simple that is. Spray it one more time and just rub your fingers right across, and all that little extra paper will come off. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you have paper on there, it's going to feel like kind of like felt. And when the paper is all off, it really does feel like the raw clay. So you'll know right away if you have paper left on there or not. I like to take it off before I bake my pieces. Some people will wait, bake their pieces, and then kind of just rub it off afterwards. I don't do that. I think just get it over and done with the first time. Just makes it much easier, I think. Let me move this off to the side, because you really want to give your clay a chance to dry before you play with it. So I'm going to just move it off to the side here. And then I'm going to bring my other clay over. Let me dry this. All right, so I decided to re-roll my clay out to the number 4 instead of number 5 on my pasta machine, so I get a better impression. So I want it a little bit thicker. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of baby powder, rub that on my clay to help prevent my roller from sticking. And then I'm going to use this roller today for my rose gold. And then just press it in your clay and roll. So very easy. And I'm going to cut a couple of my bottom shapes out. And then I'll re-roll some more of this color out, because I want to do my snowmen in this color. And then I'm going to do my, my birds in the gold. I'm going to set them right on to the place that I am going to bake them on. All right, let me get my snowmen. There's one. And the nice thing is we have an inner part and an outer part. So when we cut out our snowman, it will line up beautiful in our other tag piece. So you want to make sure you're smoothing your edges right away, because you're not going to be able to sand this portion down after you bake it. So after you smooth it out, grab your clay adhesive and just put a little bit, you do not need a lot, right in the middle. That'll help everything stick on there beautiful. And then place your snowman right where you want him on the tag. And take the back of my blade, not the sharp part, but the back, and just scoot it exactly where I want it. Make sure everything's lined up nicely. Look how cute that is. I love these. So I'm actually going to just kind of put my clay adhesive on right away, and then I can spread it and have it all ready. If your clay gets sticky, like this one is right now, get some baby powder on a little brush and just go right over it. And that'll help you be able to press down and work with your clay without it smudging. You could do it before you cut the piece to make it easier. You can see now I could touch it without worrying about it being sticky. Are those not adorable? I absolutely love these. I think this is fabulous because you could really have a lot of fun with these. And not only are they a cute little gift for tags, but knowing that you could use them as ornaments as well just really is an extra little bonus. Here. Next, I'm going to put my holes in right away. And let's go right at the top. Right in the middle. You do not go too close to the edge. If you go too close to the edge, you'll end up breaking your piece. And make sure your pieces are completely down on your mat or whatever you are baking your piece on. So I'm going to make sure everything is leveled. I'm kind of a stickler for that. All right, so then I'm going to put wax on these, but first let me do those ones. This time I'm going to use a different design because I want my pieces to be different. And I love this because you could really use any design, but these designs, like this one, is going to be so perfect for this bird one. If your clay sticks, just push it right back down and then keep rolling. Okay, so for my last one, since I have 5 here, I'm going to use this cutter. But I need to see which one I want to use for the back. And I think I'm going to use this one because I think that will work out nicely with it. So I'm going to do 2 square ones, or rectangles, I'm sorry. I love these cutters. They're so sharp. They're great. All right. So I know I said I'm going to link these, but all this stuff came from Love and Light Gallery. I've been showing some of her stuff lately. I absolutely love it. I think it's fabulous. If you haven't checked her out yet, I really recommend you checking out her stuff. She's really adding a lot of stuff to her website, and the cutters are beautiful. They're sharp. And her papers are fabulous. I love a lot of things that she's doing. And I really enjoy working with her stuff. All right, so you can see I'm putting baby powder on everything right away. And then I'm going to get one of my mats again. Look at these rollers. Look how beautiful that design is. They're going to be so great with these papers. I absolutely love these. Okay. So first we're going to use this one. And I really want the birds to be the main thing, but I don't want to cut off the lantern. So I am going to really just go right in and kind of go right for part of each thing. These ones match perfect, and I mean perfect, with her paper. The cutters do. They're like just the perfect size. You see that? This one's a little bit bigger, but this works perfect. And she has a lot of different designs, so you're not limited to like just birds, if you know that's what if you don't like them or whatever, you can choose a bunch of different ones. But I love the idea of the little birds because you could use it any time of the year because she has like summer stuff and everything. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this white edge right here because I don't want the white on there. Take it off here as well. All right, once again, make sure your pieces are completely down flat. Look over them, make sure they're straight. All right, so with these ones, I want to add a little bit of blue. And then my adorable snowman, I'm going to add some of my like bronzy color. What I do is just end up buying some of these cheap paint brushes. This way, if they don't come completely clean, it's not a big deal. So I'm just going to kind of go right over everything real nice and very lightly. We're not going to go crazy with it. We just want to give it a little bit of shading and a little extra color to make it pop, because I love making my things pop. And then of course I'm going to go right over the edges of the white, kind of highlight that a little bit. You want everything to blend in beautiful. If you don't have this this Inca Gold, you can use paint as well. That should work perfectly fine for what we're doing. And look how beautiful that looks. Simple and easy. And these are going to be fabulous. I'm telling you, whoever gets these as a gift is going to love them. I would love this for a gift. Hang this on a little bag. And then know that I can, you know, hang it up in my window. I could put it on a tree. I could do whatever I want with it. All right, so those I'll put off to the side. Those will go in my oven. Put them right there. And then I'm going to get blue for my birds because I think the peacock blue is going to be wonderful. Hopefully I'm right because I have not used this one yet. But I do think that the gold and the peacock blue are going to look just beautiful together. Look at that color. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, beautiful. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take a piece of my clay here. And I'm just going to kind of look at that. That's going to be gorgeous. Okay. So now I know that I made the right decision there. Oh my goodness. Look at that, guys. How beautiful. That's going to bring out all those details of that roller right into this piece. I'm so glad I decided to do this blue. And then of course I'm going to add it right onto the top as well because it's going to complement it beautifully. Okay, so now once you're finished with all of this, place your stuff in the oven. I'm going to bake this at 275 at recommended temperature or time. And then we'll pop back on and finish these completely up. My pieces are out of the oven. They're completely cooled off. I finished all of them except for this one. So I'm going to show you how to finish this off before I show you the other ones. So I wanted to bring in some red to really kind of highlight my snowman. So I'm going to bring my red paint out, and then I'm just going to use a small brush here, and I'm going to take most of my paint off, and then I'm going to pull in on my edges right around my snowman. And that's going to give me a nice little highlight with my paint that will help bring out my snowman, because I think the gold is just a little too much. So this is one thing that I absolutely love, is that I can change things as I go. And then I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of red on my piece here. So just a tiny, tiny bit, and that's it. So, and that dries super fast. This paint is fabulous. It's a really quick drying paint. So let me see. You can see, because I put it on very lightly, it's already dry. There's nothing showing up on my fingers. So next I'm going to get my UV resin, and I'm going to put resin only on the middle section of my snowman. And this kind of gives me a nice little window look, which I love. It's almost like you're looking out the window at your snowman. If you don't want to do resin, you do not have to. You can use a gloss glaze, but you definitely would like to seal the paper and your paint. And just spread it right over your piece. If you have never done UV resin, put gloves on and work slowly. These little sticks are fabulous too, because if you don't want to clean them, you could just toss them. They're cheap enough that it doesn't really matter. But I just take a wipey most times, and I just wipe off the resin off the tip, and then I can reuse them over and over. So I'll take my wipey, wipe my holder off, take it, dab that, and it's usually pretty good. And then I'm going to take my lighter. I'm going to go right over, pop all those bubbles, and then place it on my tray, and I'm going to stick this right under my UV light. All right, so here we go. My resin is cured. I absolutely love putting the UV resin on that. I think it just looks so beautiful. Next, I'm going to take my bright tone. So I'm going to do the matte finish. And then I'm just going to do my edges. That'll protect all my paint. If you want your piece to be shiny, then use a gloss glaze. I think with all the paints and everything on here, it's going to be shiny, you know, plenty. But I really wanted my middle to be what stands out from everything. So that's why I am going to do the matte finish on the sides. And then you let that dry. Once it's dry, you'll put your ribbon on, and then you will end up with your pieces looking like this. Now look how beautiful. How fun are these? I think these are fantastic. They're great tags. They're great ornaments. And then my favorite is the blue with the birds, because I just love the blue and the gold together. But absolutely gorgeous. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed creating these pieces with me. If you did, please remember to give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all next time. Bye.